right. Apparently, Levi Onwuzurike and Josh Paschal, Brad Holmes' first two draft picks must remain on the roster, even though they didn't appear in the NFL game last year. Detroit Lions, two Detroit linemen will remain under contract in 2026 due to a little known rule. Detroit Lions, Levi Onwuzurike, still under contract for 2026 due to a rare CBA rule. It says Detroit Lions defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike signed a 1-year deal last offseason, meaning the traditional expectation is that he'll face free agents in 2026 when the new league year starts in March. However, that's not actually how things will unfold for Onwuzurike this offseason due to a lesser known rule in the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement. Onwuzurike's 1-year contract were told over to 2026, meaning he's under contract in Detroit and remains so when the new league year hits. Let me explain. As you may remember, Onwuzurike re-signed with the team last March just before free agency started. But before Onwuzurike could even practice in training camp, Lion coach Dan Campbell announced Onwuzurike was out for the year with a torn ACL. Lions opted to put him on the PUP list, the physically unable to perform reserve list, not the injured reserve list. That distinction turns out to be critical. Because there's a stipulation in CBA that a player who's on the final year of his contract and spends the entire season on the PUP reserve list will see their contracts told over to the next year. In essence, Onwuzurike contract will pause in 2025 and allow now carry over to 2026. Here's the provision in the Article 20, Section 2 of the CBA. He says Section 2, physically unable to perform. Any player placed on the physically unable to perform list PUP will be paid his full paragraph 5 salary, while on such list, his contract will not be told for the period he is on the PUP, except in the last year of his contract when a player contract will be told if he still is physically unable to perform his football services as of the 6th regular season game and 2, he is not reinstated to the club's active inactive list during that regular season or postseason. For avoidance of doubt, if the player returns to practice but is never reinstated to the club's active inactive list during the regular season or postseason, his contract will toll. Update: Lions defensive end Josh Paschal also remains under contract due to a very similar rule, this time regarding non-football injury list, Article 20, Section 3, Part B. A player on the NFI list, non-football injury list, who is in the final year of his contract, including the option year, will have his contract tolled. However, if the player is physically unable to perform his football services on or before the 6th regular season game, the club must pay the player he negotiated paragraph 5 salary pro rata for the balance of the season in order to toll such player's contract. If such player is taken off the NFI list during the period when such action is allowed by the league rules, his contract will not be tolled. So, as it appears over the cap, Onwuzurike is essentially under contract in 2026 on a 1-year deal, $1.5 million contract, just above the league minimum, with the opportunity to gain more money on pregame roster bonuses. It's only one more opportunity for Onwuzurike, who has seen his career largely derailed by injuries. After missing the entire 2022 season and such 23 season with the back injury, Onwuzurike appeared to put all that behind him for a promising 2024 season, but the ACL threw another wrench into the young career, such being drafted in the second round of 2021 draft. Onwuzurike has played 41 games, 10 starts, accumulated 68 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 16 quarterback hits, and a forced fumble. So, if I'm being real, I cut him. I cut both of them. You want that bad juju off your roster. If I'm them, I cut both of them. Wash my hands. You can move on. You and your mans, they can move on, man. I don't want them on my roster. Let me keep it real. I don't want them on my roster. I don't want them nowhere near my football team. You know, I want to get rid of them, Davenport, anybody that's been consistently injured. They already got rid of F.A. Melifanu. I want to get rid of those guys. Shit, just to keep it a bean. We didn't see enough. We didn't see absolutely enough, man. And it's just been injuries after injuries after injuries. It's been the same thing. And then they were very, very silent on Josh Paschal. They're very silent on him. Very. So we gotta have these conversations, man. They gotta move on from them guys. It's literally time. It's literally time to move on. So, but yeah, I mean, those the first 2 second-round picks. Onwuzurike, who they knew had missed the final year of football season, the COVID year, but then he came in and had a severe back injury, and they still drafted him in the second round. Hasn't worked out. Josh Paschal, who he was a cancer survivor. He had numerous injuries. He was injured when they drafted him. I think he got injured right after the Senior Bowl, and they still drafted him. So a lot of this falls on Brad. We could talk about how hard, Dan practices and all that, but a lot of this fall on Brad. Brad has took a lot of guys who are injured, had a bunch of injuries or major injuries in college, a la Ennis Rackstraw, and he continues to draft him knowing their physical football team. Knowing their physical football team, knowing they practice hard, they're gonna be doing live tackles and all that type of stuff, live tackling drills. And you go get these, fine China dials, and you draft them knowing that they have a huge injury history. What do you think? Magically, when they put on the NFL uniform, that they're going to get right? They're just magically gonna get healthy? No. Stop feeling bad and bringing your sympathy into the war room, the draft room. Because when you get these injury-prone players on your team, they become contagious. They become very contagious when you get these injury-prone people on your team. 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 10, 10 leads to your whole defense being injured the last 2 years, damn near. So, y'all know what it is, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification. Increase your chance. We go live or drop video. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Peace.